Hey guys, how you doing? 420 Scene here, back at it again with another video. Be sure to drop that fat like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Be sure to join our Patreon for one-on-one grow help with me, smoke sesh live streams, and our VIP Discord community. A link is going to be right down below in the description and at the pinned comment. So the first comment that you see by me in the comment section. You might have to expand the message so you can see all the links. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Fox Farm since I had a few video requests and we did come out with a few truth about Fox Farm videos. Unfortunately, as you guys noticed, YouTube deleted my videos, of course, but we're still going to be coming out with videos, so don't worry about the lack of video uploads. We are not leaving, we are still here. Also, real quick, be sure to follow us over on Twitch if you want to hang out, smoke up with me and chat. I play a lot of Call of Duty Zombies and Dead by Daylight, and if you have Amazon Prime and want to show some further support at no cost at all, be sure to drop that free Twitch Prime subscription. It really does help out with the channel. Plus, I mean, it's gonna be free. It's literally free for you guys. You just go onto my channel, hit the subscribe button, and you'll never have to worry about sitting through any ads ever. Before we talk about Fox Farm, whether it's good, bad, how it's been a few years ago, if they're different now, let's go over the stuff that's in it and kind of compare it to my Down to Earth Super Soil mix. I feel like that's gonna be an easy way for you guys to understand if we broke everything down individually. We're gonna break down each amendment, how it affects your plants, and we're gonna take it from there. But first, keep in mind that since it's pre-mixed soil, everyone might have a little bit of a different experience depending on how much of each amendment is already mixed in. But as a grower, you always got to figure out how to identify a problem and fix it. But that's pretty much like anything else when it comes to pre-mixed anything. So to start off with, it's got peat moss, which is decomposed organic matter. If you've never, if you see peat moss but you don't know exactly what it is. It also has bat guano, fish emulsion, crab meal, and worm castings. Now, as far as the bat guano goes, there's two different blends of bat guano, okay? Actually, look it up on Down to Earth's website. I think they have two versions still. At one point, they did. If the bats fed on bugs, if that was their main source of diet, it's going to be high in nitrogen, but if they consume fruit as their primary, then it's going to be more of a phosphorus version of bat guano. And I don't think that's something that's specified, but having experience with Ocean Forest, I'm going to say Fox Farm used the bat guano that's more derived from the insects because Ocean Forest has always been super high in nitrogen. My leaves would always be like hella green, so assume they use dookie from insect-fed bats. So that's going to be your nitrogen base with some phosphorus as a secondary. Now we got crab meal. Pretty self-explanatory. That's your calcium. Oyster shell's pretty much the same shit. Not shit, but bones, but you already know what I'm talking about, right? And you also have fish emulsion, which is pretty much a fish byproduct, but look at it kind of like an insect-based bat guano. It's got heavy nitrogen with some phosphorus and potassium. Now, personally, I think fish emulsion is a bit overkill for like Ocean Forest. I prefer the fishbone meal over fish emulsion, and that's only because if you're using insect-based bat shit that's already super high on the nitrogen side, by using that fishbone meal, you're gonna complement it by using a heavy phosphorus base. So I think your plants would respond a little bit better if Fox Farm used fruit-based bat guano and use fish emulsion as your main nitrogen base. And lastly, Ocean Forest has worm castings. I mean, it's literally plastered right on the front of the packaging. Now, there's a misconception on what worm castings actually do and why it's super beneficial. Worm castings, they break up and ration out the rest of your nutrition. So that way the nutrition is going to last until it's going to be time to top dress. So that way your plants are not going to intake all the nutrition the first couple of weeks, and then maybe like the third, maybe the ending of the third week, fourth week, you got nothing. Then you got deficiencies, and then you're like, what the hell just happened? That's why I personally like to top dress with worm castings every 2 weeks instead of 4 weeks. I usually go with 1/4 cup or like 1/3 cup of worm castings, and that kind of just helps ration out the nutrition until it's time to top dress, like I said. So is Ocean Forest considered hot soil? Yes and no, okay, but hear me out on this. Like I just explained, Fox Farm uses an insect-based bat guano that's super heavy on the nitrogen side, and fish emulsion, which is also heavy with nitrogen on top of it. Add the worm castings on top of it, which does have marginal levels of nitrogen, nothing crazy. I think like the NPK ratio for like the wiggly worm is like 1:0:0, so it's not a lot of nitrogen, but if you add the fish emulsion, the insect-based bat guano, and then the worm castings, you know what I mean, that's a lot of nitrogen intake. All right, so this is what I would do. So if you're running with Fox Farm Ocean Forest and you're dead set on it, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just here to break things down. Whatever you do with this information, hey, I told you. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to make a believer out of you, I would have become a priest a long time ago. Now, this is what I would do. Add langbionite because Ocean Forest doesn't have much for potassium, and either replace the fish emulsion with fishbone meal, or you can just keep the fish emulsion in there and replace insect-based bat guano with fruit-based bat guano, and that's going to give you the perfect balance of your macronutrients. That's just my opinion. Now, as far as me saying yes and no, if you're using a light with green spectrum, your plants are going to feed a lot more vigorously, a lot more heavily, so they'll be able to handle the extra nitrogen. Your leaves might show a little bit of toxicity with super dark leaves, but the green spectrum is going to help mitigate it a little bit more. They're going to be able to feed, they're going to be able to produce more chlorophyll, break down the carbs, convert that into energy, bada bing, bada boom. And speaking of green spectrum, I do also have a 10% Mammoth discount code in the pinned comment right down below. Like I said in the beginning of the video, you're going to have to expand the message in order to see the discount codes, all the links that I got. So if you're trying to get the 950 watt Nova Sun with 3-channel spectrum tuning, you're going to save like $100. So, I mean, yo, just check it out. You know what I'm saying? 10% off goes a long way, especially, you know, you spend like a G on lights. Over the years, I know I said Ocean Forest is hot. I'm not changing that. Really is a thing. You know, I'm not here to change your mind or backtrack what I said. I truly feel that way. But over the years, I've had different experiences with Ocean Forest. Now, when I started using it, it was good even for young plants. But then the soil got hot a few years later, and now it seems like Ocean Forest is back to where they used to be. So it's a decent soil to transplant into. I think they're back to what they were like maybe 2018. They're a little bit more balanced than they were than like 2020 to 2023. With most of the mixes that I've done, I'd start top dressing 4 weeks after the initial mix, using, like, you know, if I just used either super soil mix with Down to Earth or even the Gaia Green. But when you're using Ocean Forest, it's already pre-mixed, and because of all the nutrition in there, I would go 5 weeks before you have to top dress. And then of course add some langbionite into your initial mix, but only go maybe half strength, maybe like half tablespoon per gallon of soil, because since fish emulsion does have a little bit of potassium, you only need to go maybe half strength on the langbionite from what Down to Earth likes to recommend. And then when it's time to top dress, you could run my super soil mix, which does call for 1 teaspoon per gallon of soil ratio of langbionite. So if you're doing your initial mix with Fox Farm Ocean Forest, so when you're doing your initial mix with Down to Earth and you're using like Pro Mix or whatever, then go with the full 1 tablespoon per gallon of soil ratio. If you're running with the Fox Farm Ocean Forest, your initial mix should call for half tablespoon per gallon of soil. And then after that, when you top dress, it's 1 teaspoon, not tablespoon. The tablespoon, that's just for your initial mix. When you do your top dress, it's always going to be teaspoon instead of tablespoon. That's just the way the ratio is for langbionite. Hopefully I gave you guys a good analysis, a good breakdown on Fox Farm Ocean Forest. If you do have any other questions, drop it in the comment section below. Maybe we'll make a part 2 video just answering your questions specifically on Fox Farm. I know a lot of people like using Fox Farm. But having said that, before I do close off today's video, I want to thank everyone on screen who's been supporting us on Patreon. And for only $11.99 a month, you get instant access to our VIP Discord community, unlimited one-on-ones with me, and Smoke Sesh live streams. And to everyone else, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. And most importantly, be sure to follow us on Twitch. It's literally the 420 scene. It's not hard at all to find. Like twitch.com/the 420 scene. Boom, you're right there. And I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. And as always, stay safe. Peace.